Hello, welcome to the Spellbound Enchantments mod spotlight. This is for Fabric. It's kind of known to be one of the coolest Fabric enchantment mods, so I will try to cover it as best as I can. Okay, so we're going to start with Cave In. I've got enchantment tooltips. I have got tooltip fix, so hopefully it should look good. And yeah, you can also search for enchantments this way as well in REI. So this one, shot blocks fall to the ground. So I'm going to put that on, and just because there's a few of these things, we're going to do a few at a time. This one teleports user behind target, and we have a trident called Jousting, increased damage with relative velocity. Okay, so let's start with these three then. So the first one, Cave In. So shot blocks fall to the ground. So in general, this is a good way if you want to lower areas of land using arrows. So for instance, something like this, like in the meadow biome. Just want to sort of terraform the land a little bit. So yeah, pretty good actually for a very unusual way of felling trees there. Okay, I like that though. The next one is called Impersonal. So Impersonal, again, is teleports to... You can put this on... You can put some of them on swords. I guess you just have to try, see what you can put them on. So say we have a target. Why not use a goat? So here is our target over here. And we're going to use Impersonal. So we're going to move over to this area over here. Now we're going to shoot the goat right in the face. And you can see we're right behind the goat immediately. So what it does essentially is it will just teleport you directly to the back of that entity. Okay, so typically with a zombie, you can see what, that's 3.5 hearts, 4 hearts. That's what you're going to get with a trident. So say we're moving really fast. Let's try and do this. You see, you get much more damage. So that is what Jousting does. Alright. Next in the list, we're going to try some swords. Like I say, some of these, it's not clear whether you can use them on bows or swords. I think a lot of them you can use on both. Launching knocks target skyward. Okay. Priming sets target to explode in 3 seconds. Okay. Rampage, massive damage after kills. And yeah. These actually all say melee and projectiles, so I could have really done them on bows, but I guess we'll just do swords for now. Let's start with launching. This zombie's got a lot more health. I disabled the stuff on Toro health damage. So yeah, I mean that did 8.5 damage, right? That's 9 hearts of damage. Try this. 6 hearts, followed by 5 hearts. 11 hearts of damage on that zombie, so that would one-shot a zombie. Obviously, I'm using quite the... Okay, next up is priming. So again, we're going to have our powerful zombie. Let's see if this will actually kill the zombie straight up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it doesn't... It's basically just a blast at the location. And then 1, 2, 3. So in a way, priming is a bit more advanced than launching, I guess. Now, Rampage is interesting. Massive damage after kills. It's probably better, more suited for like literally a zombie thing. You can see it trigger a few times. You see the green particles? That means it's triggering. Yeah, you see, it is triggering. It's like, I guess you get like basically a certain amount of time when your damage is going to dramatically increase. Alright, so let's try a couple more. It looks like the end of the weapon enchantments. So I put tethering on this, pulls target to weapon. I kind of think this is kind of interesting, right? Or even the launching one could work here. Because because if it's going to pull your target, you pull the target in, and then you want to like smack them in the air. That seems to be like, like that classic sort of get over here, Mortal Kombat type thing. So that sounds like a good idea. And then we have trophy collecting. It says this is, well, I can just look at it here. Damage grows with unique foes slain. It says damage enchantment draws power from every kill it makes. It kind of, I'm not sure about that one. Oh yeah, look. So it actually has its own little, it's like a little experience thing on the actual thingamajig. Okay, let's just try, let's maybe get one of those zombies back. We'll try a bigger one. So this is basically what you would do, right? You would use a trident. Let's see if it actually works. Oh yeah, it does. Let's try that again. Maybe there's some problem going up hills though. Yeah, it's sort of... Probably actually would be better with launching there. Pull it in. That didn't work. Is that not my launching one? Yeah, it looks like it doesn't always trigger. Interesting. Interestingly, just try sticking with this for now. So armor. Let's start with attractive. Attracts nearby entities. Okay. Try something with the phantom here. Does it actually affect the phantom's behavior at all? It doesn't seem to really affect the phantom. It's a little bit affected. Interesting. So that's how this actually works, the trophy collector. Let me just see. I feel like the phantom doesn't behave quite like this normally. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't. It's coming in too quickly all the time. Yeah, that is, I think, when it's triggering. It just hovers right in the perfect spot to be hit with a sword. So that is actually very useful. That is what attractive is for. Is mainly for flying foes, perfect keeping flighty foes from escaping, and for magnetizing drops. Is what it's classified as that. And yeah. Now we next. Where did I put the fucking thing? All right. So next up we have some of this actually is used shields, I believe, as well. Flesh wound. Can that go in there? Yeah, it can. Grants absorption hearts on non-absorption damage. So I guess if we just have that in the offhand, I wonder if that will actually work. Let's maybe get another phantom instead of attacking it. Let's just see what happens. Oh yeah, it does. So that's pretty cool, right? Just you can just see that. And this was the 4. So I guess you don't get much. You don't get much. It could also be to do with the amount of damage you're taking there. It may work differently with different armor sets, but still pretty cool that. The other thing as well is hearty. So let's just quickly do that here. Grants increases to max health. So there you go. Wow, that gave you a lot of max health. If you had that in all your armor, that would be a big boost. So if you want to get a load more hearts, hearty seems to be the way to go on that. But yeah, phantoms are way easier to kill with attractive. That's really good. Okay, so attractive gets your stuff from the phantoms, easy to kill. Flying mobs, flesh wound will get you some absorption hearts, and obviously I just put it on the shield, but you can, it's mainly for armor. I just was just showing that these things do work on the shield. And then hearty in general, again with armor and shields, you can put on, you're just going to get extra hearts. Pretty straightforward. Enchantments. Alright, I've got a few more enchantments here. We're going to look at Outburst first. So it's a retaliation type, burst free when hit multiple times. So to simulate that, we're going to go for a bunch of zombies. I like to keep things kind of simple here. Just easier, right? Well, there you go. So yeah, so that and I built this thing just to sort of, because this is normally when you get hit multiple times, you're stuck in a certain spot, aren't you? All right. So next up is Phase Leap. We could probably do. Okay, so next up we have Phase Leap. So there's a couple of this one here. Phase forward when you jump. I think it's when you jump over. Yeah, it doesn't trigger all the time. But yeah, if you want it, like for this situation where we're going over the treetops, for example. Like can we get over to here? Let's see if we can get over to here. Yeah, you see, that's the sort of situation. If you're going over like a 6-block jump, so this is probably 6 blocks. Yeah. Okay, so phase strafe, it's fairly similar. From what I can tell, yeah. You see, when I go backwards on a jump on phase strafe, whereas I think with phase leap works forwards. I'm not sure what the difference is, to be honest. There's not much difference. There isn't much difference between phase leap and phase strafe. Alright, so we've got a few more now. Spikes. So damage very close entities. So yeah, it says hurts people for getting close to you, useful for hoisting a shield. So you can see I'm not doing anything, but they just hurt by being close. Seems to trigger only once every so often. It's just 1 heart, it looks like. Red alert. Barriers. Okay, so you get the little thing, shield recovery. Interesting. It negates the next source of damage. Yeah, it looks like and this figure apparently will vary with the number of enchanted items and total red alert level. And then we have repulsive, which is just knocks. Let's try that with skellies. So for instance, with skellies here, you can see they are being knocked. Yeah, they're certainly not approaching, like, because they'd be super close at this point, right? All right. Yeah, the AI is certainly being affected, right? See, when I'm standing still, they're moving back. I guess they might do that anyway. But yeah, they don't ignore the rule if they can't fall off the edge. They used to do stuff like that. They would just fall off edges. Okay, I'm just going to do a little break here. We're going to do Demolition 8 now. Create explosions while mining hard on your tool. Okay. This is a funny thing, that a vanilla thing. You could just put anvils on top of the drip leaves. Should we see how this goes? Here we go. So this basically will preserve all the drops as well. Actually, it's actually pretty good for mining. So yeah, so that is one way you could get a bunch of drops. Let's see what else we can put on this. Let's see if this will go on it as well. We have acceleration. Mining speed increases during use. Okay, it doesn't want to let... The thing is, it's not clear. Like there are mods that will basically let you put a bunch of things on. Whether it would work like this. Mining speed increases during use. Oh yeah, it does. So that is pretty fast, right? I'm not going to look at all of them, I guess, because I have gone through them pretty forensically so far. But dullness reduces damage done by tool. So yeah, that is something which is it seems to be like if you're worried about your pets. So Prospector, find trace minerals in earth more if not, or it will cause most blocks to drop petals and shards that can be combined into raw material. Okay, let's try that then. We'll put it on our acceleration. Can we do that? Yeah, we can. So let's try it on acceleration. So super fast, and we're going to get a load of pebble stuff. Okay, let's see if that happens. Oh yeah, I can see the pebbles coming in. Wow. So yeah, you get we got a lot of stuff. Iron pebbles. So yeah, it's just like it literally adds a bunch of stuff. Yeah, iron pebble and then shards as well. It looks like diamond and emerald shards, which is what we got. So that's pretty cool as well, right? Fortune from stone and getting trace elements. I like that. That's really cool. All right, next up we've got Rock Collector. That's only got one level. It doesn't want to go on that one. Let's try this guy. So this seems to be incompatible with a bunch of stuff. Efficiency. Mining speed grows with unique rocks mined. So it's basically similar. It's the equivalent to the trophy collector, the rock collector. Let me do this. So I bet if I do this, it's quite a tough fragment. Unique rocks, 0.2. 0.4, yeah. So that's kind of cool. I do like that. So you can basically just acquire a bunch of different materials. And then it's already quite a bit faster, right? 5 unique rocks. 1.2, yeah. We also have one fishing rod enchantment as well. And this is called Fisher of Men 3. So we just put this on here. Deals damage to pulled entities and grants fish if lethal. Alright. So let's get a zombie. So that's really cool. It's like an addition to the fishing rod that essentially just gives you fish. That is so neat. I've never seen anything like that. But obviously a lot of people like to use the fishing rod and to do damage with the fishing rod, and yeah, I mean it does a ridiculous amount of durability, and yeah, the final type is basically classified under universal enchants. So I'm probably not going to show these ones just because I'm aware of how long this video is at this point. But I will just briefly do a little rundown if you've come this far. Buffered durability. So these are what is in the universal enchantment sections. Protects durability with regenerating, but a lot of these seem to be like mending sort of stuff. Legacy. Creates enchanted book when item breaks. So yeah, so if you have an item that breaks, it will create the book from it. So that's kind of, it will create a book with all the enchantments on that item when it breaks. We have metabolizing. Consume humber to, yeah, basically. Kind of like these sorts of things are not quite so interesting. The ones we looked at, I think, are the more interesting ones. This is interesting. Monogamous. Increases power with no other bonded items. Form powerful bond between an enchanted tool and its user, impacting protection, damage, and mining speed. It's kind of quite like meta in a way. Like you wouldn't necessarily want to actually use that stuff or see any great benefit. It's a bit obscure, I would say. Photosynthesis, restore itself in the light. It will repair over time. Polygamous. Increases power with other bonded. I don't really understand this. It's like, and then you have. I think if you have multiple bonds, it's bad. But you know, like or something like that, and it's like, it just will affect the stats slightly, but in no sort of way which you probably notice much. I've always preferred rather than these minor things like that, just effects or something cool, right? Saturate consumes saturation instead of durability. So yeah, again, yeah. And then we have selfish. Takes durability from other equipment. That could be useful. That could be useful if you've got something with low. If you had like a gold item, and then you had like a gold sword, like a gold sword with like amazing enchants, and then like a netherite armor or something, which had much better durability. Something like that might be useful. And then the final one is scotosynthetic, restores itself in the night. So yeah, these are all like repair enchantments. Repair or slight buffs depending on if you've got multiple that polygamous and monogamous thing. Yeah, actually there's actually two that are just in the very, very latest version, the test 2 version. It's not actually the recommended version. There's Death Wish, which is protection for armor, provides no protection, greatly increases damage. And the other one is the Airline, drags the user behind fired projectile. So I put Airline on this. Let's see if see what it does. So we'll see. Let's have a go. Wow, that one's good. Yeah, that is really, really fun. Doesn't do it when it actually hits though. But yeah, if I wanted to, like, let's do that. Yeah, you could easily do that. And imagine you could do a downward strike after that as well, especially in a situation like this. Yeah, it'd be very simple to do a downward strike there. So Airline, definitely one to check out. But that one is only in the latest version. And like I say, Death Wish is provides no protection, but greatly increases damage. So yeah, that will do for now. So thanks for watching.